Hello, I'm Russell, and in this video, I'll show you how to use the External Audit Evidence area in the Compliance Companion. Now, preparing for an ISO audit can become stressful when evidence is scattered across different folders, inboxes, and systems. You may have completed all the necessary work, but still need to establish which documents answer each auditor question, locate the latest version, and collect the supporting records that demonstrate the system is working in practice. The External Audit Evidence area helps you organize that material before the auditor requests it. It connects the documents you've completed through the portal with the relevant audit topics and gives you somewhere to add supporting evidence. You can open this area by selecting Open Evidence Checklist from the External Audit Evidence card on the dashboard. At the top of the page, you'll see the ISO standards assigned to your organization. The evidence checklist is then divided into numbered folders covering the main areas an auditor may wish to review. Rather than presenting one long unstructured list of files, the portal groups the evidence by subject. This helps you understand what each piece of evidence is intended to demonstrate. Each folder has a clear title. For example, one folder may cover context review, while others cover interested parties, the quality manual, documented processes, staff meetings, customer communications, or the signed quality policy. The exact folders and evidence requirements will depend on the standard assigned to your organization. Next to each folder, you'll see an indicator showing how many evidence items have been completed. This allows you to scan the page and quickly identify the areas that still need attention. Instead of discovering gaps immediately before the audit, you can work on them throughout the implementation. So select a folder to view its details. In this example, I'm opening the Context Review folder. The description explains what the evidence should demonstrate. Here, the auditor is likely to want evidence that the organization has reviewed the internal and external issues that may affect its quality management system and its ability to achieve the intended results. Below that, the portal shows the expected evidence and the document templates mapped to it. For the context review, these may include the external context analysis, internal context analysis, and requirements context analysis. This mapping removes some of the guesswork from audit preparation. You can see why the documents matter and which audit area they help address. Documents completed through the Documents Templates area are recognized by the audit checklist. That means if you've already uploaded the relevant context analyses, you don't need to upload the same document again, purely for the audit folder. The portal can use their completion status to show whether the mapped evidence is available. This is one of the main ways the system saves time. In a manual process, you might first save a document in your implementation folder and then make another copy in a separate audit folder. If the document is updated, you may then need to remember to replace both copies. The Compliance Companion keeps the template and the audit requirement connected, reducing duplication and the risks of the audit folder containing an outdated version. So imagine an auditor asks how your organization identifies the internal and external issues that could affect its quality management system. Without an organized checklist, you may need to search for several documents and work out which versions belong together. In the portal, you can open the Context Review folder and immediately see the mapped analyses. You can confirm whether those documents have been completed and identify anything still outstanding. If all three are present and current, you already have the core evidence for that area. If one is missing, the folder makes the gap visible while there's still time to address it. Not every useful piece of audit evidence will come from a portal template. That's why each folder also includes an additional evidence section. You can use this to upload screenshots, meeting minutes, reports, exports, photographs, records of other files that support the audit topic. For example, the mapped document may explain your process, while additional evidence demonstrates that the process is being followed. A communications procedure might explain how customer information is handled, while an actual communication record provides evidence that the procedure is operating. A management review template may record the required agenda, while approved meeting minutes show that the review took place. This distinction is important during an audit. A written procedure explains what your organisation intends to do. An operational record helps demonstrate that it is actually being done. The external audit evidence area allows you to bring both together under the relevant topic. This produces a stronger and more useful evidence set than relying on policies and procedures alone. It also makes the audit conversation easier because you can move from the documented approach to real examples of implementation. To add supporting evidence, choose the relevant file and enter an appropriate note describing what it is. Use a short, specific description, for example, manager review minutes, July 2026, or screenshot of approved supplier register. Then select Upload Evidence. You don't need to upload mapped portal templates again. The additional upload area is intended for supporting material that isn't already coming from your completed templates. Keeping that distinction clear prevents unnecessary duplication and makes the evidence folder easier in review. More evidence isn't always better. Uploading every email, screenshot, or record the organisation has can make the folder difficult to navigate and obscure the important information. Choose evidence that is relevant, current, and clear enough for another person to understand. Where personal, commercially sensitive, or confidential information is involved, check whether the file needs to be redacted or handled differently before it's uploaded or shared. The objective is to create a focused evidence set that demonstrates how the organisation meets the requirement. The audit checklist is most valuable when it is used throughout the project rather than only in the final week before an audit. As templates are completed and operational records become available, you can review the appropriate folders and add the supporting evidence. The completion indicators then provide an ongoing view of audit readiness. For example, you might review the checklist once a month, identify folders with outstanding evidence, and assign actions before the next review. This turns audit preparation time into a manageable routine rather than a last-minute exercise. Where appropriate, the portal can also provide secure auditor access links. These allow relevant evidence to be shared for review without giving the auditor access to the rest of your account. This is useful when an auditor needs to review documents remotely before or during an audit. Access should be created deliberately and managed carefully. Only share the material required for the audit. Check that it is suitable for external review and follow your organization's information security procedures. In a traditional approach, audit preparation often means creating a new folder structure, copying files from different locations, and manually checking them against a separate checklist. The same work may be repeated for every audit. The Compliance Companion connects audit preparation to the work you're already doing. Completed templates are mapped to relevant evidence folders, additional records can be stored alongside them, and gaps are visible from the checklist. That reduces searching, copying, and last-minute administration. It also makes it easier to explain the management system because the evidence is organised according to what it demonstrates, not simply by file name. So the external audit evidence area helps you prepare for an audit as your management system develops. It shows what evidence may be expected, connects completed portal documents to the right audit topics, and gives you somewhere to add supporting operational records. By keeping this area up to date, you can see gaps earlier, avoid uploading the same document repeatedly, and reduce the pressure of last-minute audit preparation.